Yo everyone, what is going on? Max here, bringing you guys here a Boruto Naruto movie review. I'm still a shock from how godlike this movie is. I'm sorry if I'm gonna hype this movie up, and a lot of people probably didn't like it as much as I did, but I think that this is easily one of the best movies I've seen. And people are probably gonna be like, oh, then you probably haven't seen much movies. I've seen a lot of movies, all right? And I want to just clarify that not the best movie I've ever seen. I want to say it's solid top 20 in there, but this is solid best movie that I've seen of this year, dude. I mean, Jurassic World is in there, like, having a chip. Nope, we're gonna stop right there. But this movie was God. And if you saw this movie, then you would know how God it is. And if you're probably wondering, where did I see it? Well, it's somewhere on the internet now. I have it torrented downloaded, but yeah, it's out there, 1080p HD. It's still got Korean dub, but English sub. So if you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about this movie if you did watch this movie, and we're now gonna find out. Oh, make sure to leave a like too. That thumbs up, it's free, easy, and helps the channel out so much. But we're gonna find out why this movie is actually the greatest movie that Naruto has ever made. And I do agree that this is the greatest movie that Naruto's ever made. Of course, there was Naruto in the Crystal, it was a Princess Castle, something like that, with Naruto, Sakura, and Lee in a little mission. That was a great movie. Naruto Prison Blood was meh, and all the other Naruto movies are meh. The Kakashi one was actually good too. That's a solid second runner-up after this one. I think there's a Menma one too. Or not Menma? What am I? I think he's still called Menma, but Menma is also the girl from Anohana. Point is though, is this anime, or this anime movie? Oh my god. Oh, where do I begin? I gotta try and keep this as serious as possible. Okay, here we go. So it starts off as basically Boruto getting neglected by his father almost the entire 1/3 of the movie. The entire 1/3 of the movie, he's pretty much being ignored by his father, which is Naruto, of course, if you didn't know that, obviously. And I think it's a little weird how Naruto's gonna be treating his son like this when he himself, as a child, was alone and felt neglected literally by everybody. But now that he actually hits his goals, he's gonna neglect his own son. A little contradictional there. Kid always cried about, like, oh, I'm alone, no one likes me, everybody hates me, everybody resents me. It's the fox, Demon Spirit. I'm like, but your son? I mean, of course, as well, you know how a bunch of spoiled, pretentious kids always complain about life being boring when they have everything that they want, that they would ever want, you know? That's pretty much Boruto. Boruto has a house, a mother, a father, a sister, a great house. He's got technology. He's growing up in a generation with technology. It's just like, Naruto had nothing, literally nothing at all. Kid slept by himself every night, dude. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand what Boruto is complaining about. Like, at this point, Boruto is literally just complaining, and it's like he's thriving for attention, you know? And I don't blame him. Every child wants the attention of, you know, their father, especially if they're a male boy. If you're a young boy, you want your father to, like, you know, to praise you, to say, hey, good job, son, stuff like that, you know? But Boruto just really isn't receiving that from Naruto, his father, at all. Naruto's way too busy and cooped up. And the thing is, both are right and then both are wrong in a way, where Boruto is right, you know, to try and get the attention of his father, try and hang out with his father, try and do things, but at the same time he's in the wrong because he's this safe because Naruto is making everything this safe by taking care of the village. But at the same time, Naruto should make spare time in order to spend time with his son, you know? At least his entire family, rather. We almost forgot about, you know, his daughter's birthday party, and I'm just like, it's a big deal, but it actually is a big deal when you kind of look back at it, you know? It actually is a big deal. You just completely forgot about it, you know? If Boruto would have not pointed that out, you would have totally forgot about it all. But the key aspect I want to talk about is the ninja tools. Now, they got these high-tech advanced ninja tools where you put on your wrist and it generates an amount of chakra to any type of chakra style. We got wind, water, fire, you know, lightning, all of that, earth. They have every single type of element, and all you do is you put that element inside of a scroll, like a mini scroll, and you put it inside of the cartridge, and bam, it comes out. It's like Spider-Man. Its slingshot comes out, you know? It's a good and a bad thing. Good as in you're going to stray away from your actual roots of ninjutsu and being a shinobi, because then you're gonna have to rely on it, and then if it gets countered, well, then you suck because you only rely on it, therefore you suck. And that actually was the case of Boruto. But the thing is though, is that Boruto is actually a very talented ninja compared to Naruto. Boruto mastered the Rasengan in a span of a week. I want to say a week. It looked like it was a week with him training with Konohamaru and then going with Sasuke to doing it even better. So I want to say roughly about a week. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it was a day. I doubt it was a day because the sun went up and down a bunch of times. That's all I can really base it off of. So I'm gonna say a week. If I'm wrong, well, I'm wrong, but I'm gonna say a week. Whereas Naruto, it took him a lot longer than that, almost about a month, I want to say. There's a Jiraiya trying to find Tsunade. That whole little filler arc, it actually took him about a month, and even still, he didn't even perfect it, because when you use it on Kabuto, he walked up and he was fine. Whereas Boruto, well, he's small, but the after effect is what's stronger. What's stronger with Boruto is he can toss the Rasengan, and it's got like a late delayed after effect, you know? Where it disappears and then reappears as a little delayed effect, which is his own style of the Rasengan. Whereas, you know, Jiraiya's was just super big and super strong. Naruto's, he found multiple ways to adapt with it. Rasen Shuriken, you know, the lava bomb, stuff like that. And the fourth Hokage, well, I mean, he's the fourth Hokage. He can teleport and hit it in any direction that he wants to. I don't know, just Boruto is way more skilled than he is at his age than Naruto is at his age. And even though that he's doing all of this without the Fox Spirit, because Naruto only could do so much as a child and do all of this like quicker than his father because of the chakra. He had an unlimited amount of chakra with the Fox Demon Spirit, the strongest demon spirit, not including the Ten Tails, but the strongest demon spirit, you know? And that's exactly how Naruto could do most of the stuff that he could do. Whereas Boruto, it's just raw his chakra, dude. He's got none of that demon spirit inside of him. It's just that raw chakra, you know? It's insane. It's that Uzumaki bloodline, though, you know? That Uzumaki bloodline. Shout out to Boruto Uzumaki. He actually goes under the disciple of Sasuke, which, can we just talk about as a badass? I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's actually a badass. Like, you thought Sasuke was cool when he was a kid, and you thought he was cool and became mean and, like, a villain. Did I just say mean? But he was badass when he's an adult. I'm not even kidding. Like, he's this really cool guy that knows what he's doing. He's like a rogue ninja, but in a way he's not, because he still supports the Leaf Village and he's doing all this rogue stuff for the Leaf Village. So it's really, really cool. But not to mention, let's stray away from Sasuke and Boruto. There's Sarada and his Mitsuki as well, which Mitsuki is actually Orochimaru's son. I thought it was funny. This is, you know, I know this is a review and I'm keeping it as unprofessional as possible, but at the very end of the movie, she straight up, Sarada says, "So is Orochimaru your father or mother?" That actually made me laugh, because I thought the first time that when we first saw Orochimaru that he was a girl too. It turns out he's just a guy who really likes to express his snake hair, his dabbling snake hair. But they also show off a lot of characters as well. All the other, like Shikadai, which is Shikamaru, Tamari's son. They also show off Inochin, which is Ino. And it's not Inochin? What am I talking about? No. That's Shoji's child. But for some reason they called it Inochin. And I thought it was Ino's child at first. And I'm like, how did Ino make a black baby? Ino's Sai. So you see their child as well, I think a few times. And then unfortunately Tenten, well, she's a widow. R.I.P. Neji. R.I.P. But I like the aspect in the aura between Sakura and Sarada, because they're so similar. You know, Sakura's like, yeah, that's my girl, you go. I'm just like, you know what? I like this right now. I like this bond that they have, you know? And they get along just fine even without Sasuke. Even though he does come back every now and then, they get along just fine without him. What I really like the most is how they reenacted the Chunin exams so well, because they had their own little Chunin exams, and Boruto just was not about it, but it makes sense that he wants to go into the Chunin exams. I was screaming the entire time. I was like, yo, you want his attention, go on the Chunin exams and go show off what you have learned. But he kept saying no until the ninja tool. I'm like, what? Oh, rooftops, so when they're taking the tests? This was cool. When they're on the rooftop taking those tests, now that part was very cool, because he was just on this rooftop and they'd add they had different people they were fighting, like it was capture the flag, and Boruto was done. He was useless at this point. He can't even, mass amount 1,000 shadow clones, which Naruto could easily do at his age. I mean, we all saw Naruto vs. Gaara. That was 2,000 shadow clones, and Boruto can only do 5, so... But it's not that Boruto sucks, it's just that Naruto's chakra was so stupid crazy that the fact that he actually can mass amount 2,000 chakra-filled shadow clones at his age, and he was around 12 at that time, which I'm assuming Boruto's around 12 as well right now, so... Boruto, it's not you, buddy, it's just Naruto's chakra. But what Boruto has against Naruto is the fact that he's growing up in a way that's better for his life, so it doesn't necessarily put him into the road of wanting to become a Hokage, which he states multiple times that he doesn't want to become the Hokage, but for all the wrong reasons. He doesn't want to become because eventually when he gets wife and children, he doesn't want to neglect them. And I guess it makes sense because if you're in his footsteps, you could also see as well why he would not want to be one through the visual eyes and how he's perspecting everything. His perspective, what am I talking about? His perspective of everything is just wrong and blurred right now and fogged up with just, pent up anger and bitterness of his father not acknowledging him. So really, it's not a wrong for him to do that, but at the same time, it's not right. I don't know. It's really confusing, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, Boruto is wrong and right, Naruto is wrong and right, but come on, man. Make some time for your son, man. Make some time for your son. What I surely like, though, is the last fight. I know I'm just jumping here and there and everywhere, but before we get to that last fight, actually, hold on. The scientists. These scientists were very, very annoying because they just shoved it down everybody's throats. Hey, use a ninja tool to make a lot of money. Send it to every single village. Oh, use a ninja tool to do the tuning exams. It'll be big promotion, big advertisement. It's like, he said no. Naruto straight up said no, and they still go through with it. It's just annoying. It's like, it was really annoying to watch. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just like, dude, he said no. Back up. He said no. Get out of here right now. Go. It's just like, who actually, I mean, outside of like kunais and shurikens, maybe like, a wind scythe or something like that, stuff like that. Ninja tools really aren't the most efficient thing if you can't apply with chakra, and you're not using your own chakra when it comes to these high-tech ninja tools. There's chakra already implanted in it. And when it runs out, you're screwed, because actually there was a scene where Boruto was caught using this inside the tuning exams, and Naruto himself came down and showed everybody, completely embarrassed him. I was like, yo, come on, dude, come on. You're already on bad terms from his side, dude. Like, why would you do this to him? And then he pretty much, then after that, he's a fraud. He's disqualified, Shikadai wins, and I mean, I was like, yo, you dropped it from your sweater, bro. Act like no one saw that. Everybody saw that. Everybody saw that. Well, I mean, not everybody saw that, but Naruto saw that. Sarada definitely saw that. I don't think Shikadai saw that. I'm like, yo, you're just like Shikamaru, except like less, not as smart, because Shikamaru would have seen that, but he didn't either. Boruto's just slick, I'm telling you, Boruto's just slick. But I was really gonna say the fact that he caught him, he's fraudulent. When he was caught him being fraudulent, the Otsutsuki guys, which are pretty much were underlings working for Kaguya, and this is like many, many, many years after Kaguya when they beat her. Many, many, many years. It's like they come back, and then Naruto's ninja tool is completely out of chakra. When he sprays everything, they can absorb chakra, they can absorb ninjutsu. So I was like, yo, if it's not working out the first time, it's not gonna work out the second time, and it's not your element. It's that they can absorb. What I don't understand about Naruto is that anytime when somebody absorbs chakra, it's like, oh, I'll try a different style. I'll try something else with chakra. It's like, they're just gonna absorb it. They are just gonna absorb it. I mean, the best way to actually handle that was the pain, and it still didn't even go that well, so they're just gonna absorb it. But that proof right there shows that these ninja tools will not be efficient throughout the future. Sure, maybe in like maybe small squad missions, but overall, they were trying to replace it with actual ninjutsu and hand signs. And I'm just like, you can't, because they can't do as well as they actually could do without it. And Naruto and Sasuke showed that you can't do much, with it compared to actually hard work and training and determination. They showed that hard work and determination is better because of the fact that they used hard work and determination with chakra, and what they know, they did a lot better with it than everybody else using ninja tools. That right there showed. Especially jumping all the way towards the end, especially when at the end Sasuke used the Rinnegan, they jumped through, especially then when I saw those two shadows walking, I was like, yo, for the love of God, don't tell me that it's them. It ended up being those scientist guys, and they got squashed first off. They got squashed. I actually don't know if they're alive or not. I stopped. It was like, I stopped after that. Songs in my head. I stopped after that. It didn't really go anywhere, but it was just weird. I didn't like the scientist guys at all. All right, that's just me. I did not thoroughly enjoy the scientists at all. Sure, probably put in there for like scheming and to be sneaky and just to kind of add a touch to the show, but I wasn't feeling it. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. But that last fight was amazing, where Naruto and Sasuke versus the last two Otsutsuki guys. That fight was insane. I'm talking about, like, I want to watch that fight over. You know what? I'm actually gonna watch that fight after this recording. I'm actually gonna watch that fight right after this recording, because that fight was insane. Naruto and Sasuke were going ham, dude. Dashing bolts of lights and speeding and running, dude. I just did a sonnet, but they were running straight at this guy. I'm talking about like full speed. You have to watch the animation. Like, I can't even explain this. Just how amazing this scene was. Shows, oh my god, the bond between the two of them. They're just like old times, huh? And they did the same stance they did when they were fighting Madara, and I was like, yeah! I was screaming. The Naruto enemy was screaming, dude. Oh my god, it was screaming. I swear to god, it was screaming. It was so cool, dude. That's the best way that I could explain. I just fanboyed. It was so cool. It was so cool. how awesome they were fighting this guy. And then of course, they're gonna make Boruto the main hero because he did combine his Rasengan with Naruto's Rasengan. I was like, yo, father, son, Rasengan? I was like, yo, they took a DBZ reference right there. Father, son, Rasengan. I mean, Naruto and his dad technically did that as well, but with pain. But technically, not technically, but technically, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Well, you know what I mean. I don't want to go into details with that, but you know what I mean. But they did the father son Rasengan. They combined it. Boruto finished it off, and I like how Sasuke really took advantage of that fourth Hokage technique and can use his sword, put a little check mark on it, and then he can teleport wherever he throws his sword, which is cool. Of course, he's stupid lightning fast though because he still has that Rinnegan, half Sharingan, so that makes him stupid fast. I'm talking about like he can literally go through time, space, he can go through speeds of light. He's faster than light at this point. He's stupid fast, dude. He's stupid fast. So he technically doesn't even need to do that, but it's just the fact he wanted to be flashy. And Boruto, of course, saves the day. Now, what I really liked, I want to talk about this, but now before that I got all the gist of it out of there from beginning, middle to end. What I really want to talk about is the fact that they had a lot of nostalgic key factors in there. They constantly referenced Naruto as a child, and Sasuke made the most important quote. He said, don't try to get to know the Naruto you know now. Try to get to know how he got to who he is now. Try to get to know his past. I was like, this right here is deep. This is deep right here. This is some deep stuff because he did go through a lot. If you think about it, like, you ever stop to think about it? That man really did go through much, and Boruto's always complaining, saying, oh, my dad probably didn't even go through that much. I'm like, yo, are you serious? Like, I watched it from Naruto from beginning to like where it is now. The guy's gone through hell and back. It's like, come on, dude. Of course Sasuke's gonna be the one to know about it because who do you think made him go through hell and back? Of course there's fillers in there as well. Itachi, Jiraiya, stuff like that, Madara, Kaguya, but unfortunately we've seen more and heard more of Kaguya in this movie than we have in actual Naruto because of the fillers. Isn't that sad? That's sad. But the nostalgic factors really got me feeling so happy in this. They showed Naruto's jacket multiple times, the portraits of Naruto and his dad, technically Boruto's grandpa, and then Naruto and his team, Team 7, when they were his kids. And that they're the same age. He was around 12 when they took that picture, so they're the same age. Well, he was 10 when he took that picture, 12 in the junior exams. Point is, though, is they're around that same age, and Boruto just doesn't really seem to be the same as Naruto when they were kids. They just doesn't, straight up just does not. I mean, even Sasuke said multiple times he's just like you as a child, and he's like, no, Boruto would never understand what I went through. He's definitely different. He's more clean, more polished. And he's like, the new clothes. I was like, yeah, I understand. When he had his clothes tattered too, it was so symbolic when he was actually training, just like how Naruto was so symbolic right there. But this movie was incredible. I give it a solid 10 out of 10. I'm not even kidding. And I really do give shit 10 out of 10, but I give this movie a solid 10 out of 10. Music, animation, aspects, key points, nostalgia, incredible. It's a must watch before this year ends, and we got about going on the 28th, so 29, 30, we got like 3 days left. Watch it, go find it on the internet. I'd love to provide a link, but I downloaded it and I don't even know where I downloaded it from anymore. But yeah, so I encourage you to watch it. It's such a great movie. So I'm probably gonna rewatch it again, that and Jurassic World, because great movies that have come out from this year, huh? Fantastic movie. That's gonna be it though. So if you enjoyed, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you actually have seen the movie, what you thought about it down below. It is the #1 best-selling Naruto movie, so it deserves its title. It's not hype, it deserves its title. But that's it. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.